Shalom. Welcome to Challenging Torah. As many of you know, I am a child of the 60s, and hair was a defining moment in my life. As I hear the words to hair, I realize, oh my goodness, this is really the Torah portion. Wait, I know you don't believe me, but I've got my eyes, I got my nose, I got my lips, I got my ears, I got my fingers, got my toes, got my mouth, I got my hair. I got life, brother. That's kind of the Torah portion. It's about taking it all into the body, God's words, and saying, I got life. And so it begins, Ekev Tishma'un. The word Ekev, usually translated as because, also means heals. Tishma'un, listen. First, take in God's commandments through stopping and listening. 3 or 4 times more in this Torah portion it says, Shema Yisrael, listen up, Israel. Ekev Tishma'un, if only you will put your heels down and listen and walk in the way that I tell you. It's all about the body, because that's how we can praise and do and complete and be that which represents the holy in our lives. And so, Ekev Tishma'un, the word halacha, by the way, Jewish law, means to walk. And Ekev Tishma'un is about how you place your feet. Heels on the ground. What do you do? How are you walking the walk? That's really what we're asking here. And so, from our heels, we then talk about journey. And Moses, who is in the middle of his second speech here to the gathered Israelites, who are the children of those who stood at Sinai, continues to recount the journey with a little bit of his own bitterness about the golden calf, and once again he talks about the spies, but he reminds them, it was all about how you placed your feet, and be grateful. The clothes that you wore, he says, did not wear out, and your feet were still on those feet, did not swell for 40 years in the desert. That is what we call a long hike. And it was all a slow journey by foot. No new shoes, no new clothes. There's a midrash about the divine laundry, where the cloud comes at night, sort of washes everyone's clothes, and they wake up in the morning and the clothes are clean. It continues a journey through the body. And so, if you will follow my way, Ekev Tishma'un, the Torah says, and Moses says, I will bring you into a good land, a land of wheat and barley, of figs and pomegranates, a land of olives and honey and vines. These are the 7 species, the species of abundance that will grow in the land if only you will walk in my ways. But it's not enough just to be given this blessing. We then need to give our blessing back. We need to respond. And we are to use these words to answer with the blessing that is now called the Birkat HaMazon, as we give thanks to the Lord, quote, for the good land which he has given you. Blessed are you, God, who has given us our food, our land, our lives. If, however, and there is a conditional clause here, we do not stop and give thanks, if we do not use our mouths to give thanks to for what we have been given, then rain will not fall in your season. Wow, I used to think this is the second paragraph of the Shema. That's ridiculous. Rain has nothing to do with what I do in the world. Rain just happens. Until I come to Los Angeles in 2014 and a drought. And I begin to ask, how much of this is caused by my profligate use of water, my lack of planning, my not paying attention to the signs of climate change, if you do not give thanks and walk in my ways. And what are those ways? Once again, God reminds you, the widow, the orphan, the stranger. Let your land lie fallow. Take care of those around you. But, Moses says, you are, good body part, a stiff-necked people. Well, we are. We're stubborn. We don't turn easily to the right or the left. We know where we're going. Sometimes that's good, but most of the time we could bow our heads a little bit. Because when we don't, the Torah tells us, you will begin to believe that all of this wealth is due to the work of my own hands. I will forget where it comes from. Yet another part of the body that really is not our work, but God's work through us. And then Moses says, "O stiff-necked people, circumcise the foreskin of your heart." Not where we usually expect it. The real Brit Milah is here. This is the body part. All these laws are useless if they don't come through our intentions and our heart. And then he says, put this as a symbol on your forehead, that's a tefillin, and engrave these words upon your heart. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Walk in my ways. Ekev tishma'u. If only you will listen, you will be whole. And life will be abundant and gracious and beautiful. So with our whole body, let us bring the body into Shabbat and say thank you for all that we have been given. See you on Saturday morning.